Insiders reported that the new 15-inch MacBook Air from Apple will use the 3nm TSMC process technology. Apple's 15-inch MacBook Air has been rumored for a long time, but the question remains about what kind of chip it will be equipped with. As we all know, the second-generation M2 chips appeared in the updated 13-inch MacBook Air in 2022, but they offered only a modest performance improvement over their M1 predecessors. This was because Apple used TSMC's 5nm process technology for the M1 and the 4nm process technology for the M2, which is only a modest improvement in performance. An improved version of the original production process. Now, Apple looks set to use TSMC's all-new 3nm node for the latest Air, and it may even use the second-generation N3E version for even more performance. Initially, there were rumors that Apple would unveil the 15-inch MacBook Air at the company's spring event. That didn't happen because it's spring now, and Apple just recently announced its developer event in June called WWDC. Since Apple usually likes to release all new devices in front of an audience, it looks like Apple will introduce the MacBook Air this summer. Apple may also have been waiting for TSMC to fix flaws in its 3nm node, which began production in late 2022. Insiders report that TSMC is now working on the first batch of 3nm chips, dubbed N3, and they are likely to be included in the iPhone 15 Pro phones in the form of the A17 Bionic. Apple has already booked this production line, so it will be the first technology company to launch a 3nm product for consumers. TSMC reportedly doesn't have many customers who have asked about N3 because it's the company's first launch of a new process, and it's also expensive given its exclusive nature. To remedy this, the company's second-generation 3nm process is called N3E, which will be less dense than N3 and offer a simpler design. This should allow prices to be more reasonable. It was reported that the N3 will have a 25-layer construction, while the N3E will have only 19. The China Times reports that Apple has chosen the N3E node for the 15-inch MacBook Air with the all-new M3 chip. The MacBook Air M2 version was released in June 2022, so it's unclear if Apple will also announce M3 versions. But that seems unlikely, considering how new they are. Apple only added the M2 Pro and Max to its updated MacBook Pros in January, so switching to the M3 so quickly seems unrealistic.